Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to Manapod Studios. I am your host and GM for the evening, Krifu Bernal, and I am excited and a little sad, but also feeling happy about the finale of the first season of Champignons de la Liberté. My pronouns are he, him, and before we get any further into tonight's episode or to recap what's been going on, let's meet our illustrious cast members, starting, of course, with Retro Ted.
Hello, as you may or may not have guessed, I am Retro Ted, pronouns he, him, and I play Jiggles the Heckler, pronouns they, them. Jiggles is very excited to be heading home and potentially continuing his mission that him, them, and Jet started before we were rudely interrupted by this star storm.
Hey guys, I'm Pan. My pronouns are he, they. I play Joyous Hartwell, he, him. Joyous is he's got a new adventuring lease, and he's happy to be home, or at least heading home. However, I personally feel massively underdressed because the guy's on such amazing jobs. But that's me.
Hi everyone, I'm Vinny. Pronouns are she, her. I'm playing Emma Boomtower, also she, her. And Emma is very excited because she's never been to the place where everyone is heading now. But she's really looking forward to going there, seeing where everyone is from, the next adventure.
Is it me first or you first? Oh, you. Go ahead.
Sorry. I was rearranging the image so it matches what's on Twitch. Hi everyone, I'm Afe, pronouns they, them, and I will be playing Bork, he, him. Bork was a part of this situation for the first couple of sessions, but then decided to see what the pirate life is like. And I have no idea where this accent is going. So it's going a little bit down to Jersey, just a little bit.
Yeah, it's his time on the ship has changed accent.
Yeah, I think so. So Bork's very excited to hear about what kind of poop you guys got up to.
Oh, so much poop.
Somebody did the no cursing, which I can't do as a New York bartender.
It's only 10 minutes, right? We're okay.
Yeah, Borg's very excited to see you guys again and tell you all about his travels on the beautiful Dreamer. And he's excited to get his drink on in his own little pub, The Wagging Tail.
Yeah.
Yay. And that leaves it up to me. Hi everyone. It's me, your friend Inez. Today and for the last time, sadly, at least for now, I will be playing Jet. My pronouns and her pronouns are both she, her. A gunslinger fetchling who right now is feeling very glad that she's going home after the whole debacle that they had with the Starstone and stuff. She I think she's realized that she hates traveling anywhere. Yeah, she's got everything together, I guess, and she's got to be on her way home. And I feel saddened that this is our last episode. So
It's gone so quick.
I promise I won't cry. Maybe. Wait, no, I promise I will cry. Don't worry about it.
Don't promise. Cry all you want. It's an emotional thing.
I guess so.
It's been 12 weeks since we started.
We can cry. I think that 12 weeks is worth a cry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a cry.
Mm-hmm. That's,
Yeah.
That's all they basically...
Just can't swear while crying.
We've got 2 minutes for swearing, so...
I mean, that's a quarter of a year, that's a long time to have a weekly commitment with a group of people. And I think not enough role players think about the fact that we do the damn thing with sometimes multiple groups as well. And I think we should all like give ourselves a nice little round of applause.
So, woo, 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 woo. Actually, I'd also like to thank the audience for being here. Like a lot of you have been here every week for the 12 weeks. So thanks, guys. We really appreciate the regulars and people who come by just to see us do silly accents and get bodied every week. It's it makes it all worthwhile, and it's really appreciated.
Really, we love you so much.
Stick around for the end of the stream to find out where you can find more out about us. That made sense, right?
Yeah, yeah, it did.
Sure.
Or go to social medias now, and I've tried to tag as much as possible. And give us a follow so that you can find out our future projects, where we've all got stuff going on around the web, and on Twitch and on podcasts and on YouTubes and TikToks, and I sound suddenly super old. YouTubes and TikToks.
Get out there.
MySpace, don't forget MySpace.
Yeah, I'm all over MySpace.
Oh my god.
You should see the HTML I've been working on.
Man, just can't get me off
doing
Bebo.
that for hours on end.
Is Bebo still around? I want that.
I mean, I never
really
had
tough as
MySpace. I had Hives. You know,
Oh
if you want
yeah,
Hives.
no, me too.
Oh, sorry, you guys had hives?
Yeah, no,
Yes,
it was it was supposed to be like a beehive, but
Oh,
they
what an unfortunate
spelled it with
name.
a Y,
Yeah.
which
Yeah, with a
did
Y.
make it kind of like hive.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got hives. Check out my hives.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Can't relate.
very
It was a great thing for
unfortunate.
Dutch
Yeah.
people to do around people who were not Dutch and go like,
Yeah.
"Hey, do you guys have hives?" Their first reaction was, "What?"
The what?
You just ask people that. And then
Yeah.
you have to explain that it's basically MySpace, but worse.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I saw your hives last night.
It was all about the glitter banners.
What?
Remember those?
No, I.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, no, that's
the
the Hives thing. It was all about the glitter banners.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
I mostly was on Zanga, and there was a big rivalry between Zanga and LiveJournal.
Okay. I don't even know what Zanga is. What the fuck?
It was for like real writers, like it was very much like a
oh,
blogging
real
space.
writers. Sorry.
Yeah, we
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess
I
I'm
was
a
on
fake
LiveJournal
writer.
being a
Goddamn.
fake writer.
yeah, emo wannabe basically.
Are you trying to say that my Transformers fanfiction does not have a place in true writers?
But
I just learned so much about everyone, and I love it. Transformers fan fiction? Yes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Is that still online? Because I have to read
No,
this.
no.
Oh.
No, it's no. No. Don't look for it.
But all joking aside, it's been a wonderful ride. Afe, thank you for coming back to finish things up with us.
Of course.
And again, to echo Pan's sentiment, thank you to the viewers who have been tuning in every week and watching and supporting. It really means a lot. My favorite thing about streaming games online is the fact that our table feels so much bigger because of viewers like you who tune in. You are members of the party, essentially, and it would not be the same without you.
Truly.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, round of applause for the audience.
Yay!
Thanks, guys.
I keep looking at Retro 10 and being like, what the fuck?
What is
Yeah,
going
I know,
on?
It's too
disturbing.
powerful. It's so
going
powerful.
on?
This is what I normally look like.
This is without the makeup. This is just a little
Yeah.
concealer and,
Yes,
and
oh my
chapstick,
God.
you know.
It's suddenly like I feel so much better about all of my reactions towards Jiggles in character.
Yeah.
Just like they'd all be like, "What is this like 3 foot tall thing that's looking at me
Yeah.
right now?"
Covered in
Yeah.
blood.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, before we get any further, of course, before we really jump into things, let's go to the movies.
Right.
did you ever come so near? Why did you suddenly disappear? I felt secure until we kissed.
The camera opens on the city of Isarn, capital of the revolutionary land of Galt. The city is a widespread mass of buildings sort of conglomerated and clustered together, various neighborhoods and quarters sort of seemingly springing up out of random streetways and alleys that crisscross across the city. The river that goes across the city, it has a name, and I should have known this name.
Isn't it the Isan River?
The East Selen River, thank you, Retro Ted. Cuts through like a sort of glimmering, slow-moving, sludgy ribbon in the spring light. What time of year it is? What time of year is it? Spring.
It's your world. It's whatever time you want.
Yeah.
It's been.
Make up a season.
I feel like we were going with spring because it's only been like 2 weeks since this whole adventure started, I think. A wagon is rolling into town. Where is the wagon stopping? Joy.
Yeah, probably just outside the wagon tail, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, like, any, it's familiar, it's pleasant, and it's safe.
So we see this wagon piled with familiar faces, and it pulls into a small courtyard, sort of on the edge of several neighborhoods. Aif, what does the wagging tail look like?
Wagging tail is kind of like your standard dive bar. It looks very small on the outside, but there's like a room in the back which makes it a little bit bigger. There's lots of dark wood, old wood. This place has been around for a while, maybe not as the Wagging Tail, but it's definitely one of like the earliest pubs to pop up out of the ground here. It's got one window in the front that's been broken a lot. And a door, and that's pretty much it. Like it's not much to write home about. There's a small little bar inside. There's a small little hearth where a fire is usually lit, except for in the summers, because it's just way too fucking hot. And yeah, some antlers, tusks on the wall, maybe. If you can think it, it's up there, probably. Like if this was like our world now, it would be like covered in weird license plates. One of those.
There were pictures up there too, right? Like pictures of people and.
Oh yeah, sure. Just don't ask Bork who they are. He don't know.
So
people leave stuff lying around. You gotta put it somewhere, you know.
As we see the wagon pull up, there is a young man with a dark goatee and dark hair that is driving it. It is our friend, Felipe, who has offered to drive you all into the city, along with some goods that he's moving to Isarn as well to try and find a new life for himself now that Pickering Road has been completely devastated by the falling of the Red Star Stone. He sort of says, is this where you want to be? Are you quite sure, my friends? I must say, I imagined that Isarn would be, better?
It has its charm. under
Joy,
the surface.
Joy, what do you look like? You're up front with him, in the seat next to him.
Yeah, Joy is a excuse me, medium tall half elf, dark skin. He has his hair tied back in messy white and grey braids. He's wearing a well, it was white. No amount of prestidigitation can get quite as much blood and dirt out of this outfit as has happened. So it's more of an off greyish color now. Waistcoat buttons still very nice. Keep some shiny buttons. That's important. But yeah, he is sort of dark circles on his eyes. He looks tired.
Well, if you say so, my friend, do you think I'll be able to find a place to stay here? Is this have an inn? He's sort of looking around at the wagging tail.
Oh, of course. This is a excellent establishment. I know the owner. I can get you a discount.
All right then.
Somewhere, Bork's ears are twitching and not in a good way. Don't you be giving out no discounts.
You helped save our life.
That is way too country. That's pretty country too. Forget that playlist.
It's just all country.
These local musicians, they really can't make up their mind what theme they are going for.
What about... Sorry.
Bork in the background going, that song sucks. Play something else. That one sucks too.
It goes to the camera sort of pans to the back of the cart where amongst some of Felipe's maybe he's got like a big backpack that he's keeping back there, and like a barrel or two of maybe some food and rations that he bought before leaving Saddleworth. We see 3 figures kind of like crammed in the back. I think we'll start with the tallest of them. Jet, what do you look like?
I think Jet has arranged the things that are in the back in such a way that she looks like she's sitting on a throne. Like, doesn't matter if it's like boxes or whatever, or like a sack that she is using as like an arm like a, I don't know, an armrest. Yeah, there you go. I was thinking of the word. Anyways, Jet is sitting there. She's polishing her gun, I think, her long sniper rifle, with her black cowboy hat on, that comes down to a point, no longer covering this one eye. You can see 2 piercing blue eyes, one having a scar running right across it. And let's see, she wears a black fur coat. She wears well, normally it's supposed to be red, but a red shirt that goes into a black corset, that goes into black pants, that goes into red cowboy boots with a spur and a good chunky heel. Yeah, I think she is polishing her gun. And at the same time, after she's done that for a little bit, she takes off her hat and she's fanning herself. And she just goes, the heat is just, it is. Whew.
It is probably one of the first properly hot days of the year. And as soon as you kind of drove into the city, the heat sort of welled up around you, and the stink of the garbage piles smells like home.
Home.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of home, Jiggles, we've returned to your birthplace. How are you feeling, and how are you looking?
You see Jiggles with their head raised, for as much as a short person can raise their head. The cloak, funnily enough, isn't really covered in that much blood and viscera this time, mainly because I couldn't afford to do the costume in blood and viscera in it.
It's all good. You're okay.
But yeah, no, they're definitely a different. There's a different air about them, but unless you knew them, I don't think you'd notice. But they're feeling refreshed, almost like something's changed deep within them, and they're sort of coming to terms with it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. And the brightest of the members here, Emma, is this your first time in Isarn?
It is, and I have been standing up, leaning over the edge of the cart the entire journey, just asking everyone, "What's that? What's that?"
That's a tree. That's a rock.
Those are the cornfields. Do not go in them. They have bear traps.
Well, don't point at him. He looks dangerous.
Oh, okay, sorry.
As Emma's standing there, sort of pointing and wide-eyed, looking around, what does she look like?
She has bright pink hair. She wears up in a long curly ponytail. She's wearing brown overalls that are stained with chemicals. A purple scarf around her neck, and she's wearing a bandolier full of various chemicals that she uses for her bombs and elixirs and things. And yeah, she does just look really excited right now. This is something new, so always exciting to see something new.
Right. Felipe sort of turns around to all of you. So this place does not look very secure. Are you sure I can just leave my cart here? Shouldn't I park it somewhere?
Oh, yeah, no, we did not say to leave your cart here. That would be crazy.
That would be
It's absolutely insane.
That would be the stupidest idea you've ever had.
He rolls his eyes at you, Jet.
We'll go inside, see if we can find somewhere for you to keep your cart. If you want to wait here, perhaps.
All right then. He looks sort of nervous and kind of like moves it, like with his feet moves the club underneath his seat to a more easy to reach position. It is, I would say, mid-afternoon. So Bork, is the wagging tail open yet?
Oh, it's open.
Okay. So when you step inside, Bork, what do we see?
You see, in all of its glory, the full crew of the Beautiful Dreamer, and Bork already pretty deep into his cups. And as soon as the first one of you steps in, he whips his head around. Oh, look at all you beautiful bastards! Get in here!
Bork, you are back. It's good to see you, my friend. I give Bork a big hug.
How have you fucking been, man? I can't swear. I hate this.
No, we're good. We're 10 minutes out now. It's swear time.
You're back to swear time.
It's swear time.
Oh, it's so fucking good to see you. And then I just kind of like, while half in a hug, which is weird because I'm so small and Joy's so tall, I kind of like, hey, Kiki, look who's back, eh?
What is,
I look over at Kiki as well.
what does Kiki look like again?
I think we said she just looked like Isabel from Animal Crossing.
A little golden
Yes.
retriever.
She was like a southern.
She had
gal.
a thick southern accent. Yes,
I don't,
absolutely.
was she Southern? I thought she was
Yeah.
Jersey. I thought we were.
No.
I don't
think
know
it
the
was
difference.
Started out
Southernville.
Jersey, but the more you got into it, it just went Southern, and then you were just like, fuck it, she's Southern now.
It was
All right,
southern,
all right.
southern belle. Like it was
we'll
absolutely
stick with
yes.
that. Well, Mama, she says, like these two cute pink lilac ribbons on her fluffy ears. Well, look who it is. She says, nice to see you've come back alive. I'm like,
Kiki, it is so good to see you as well. I give her also a big hug as well. We are still on for that dinner, yes? You promised.
Well, I don't know. I've been talking with these two over here, and she points at the two halfling brothers. The
God.
Oh,
God damn
my
it.
God.
Cucked by the Chuckle Brothers.
the Guffawing twins.
Yes,
was it,
the
yeah.
I had to
falling
open up my
twins.
notes. These two, like ginger, rugged halfling men who are sort of
No
like beaming.
way.
But Bork, we didn't get to hear what you look like.
Bork is a pug-born barbarian. He's got beige fur. He's got spots on his eyes. He's got a big scar over his left eye. That he will tell you incredible stories about how he got it, but he just got it being the runt of the nest, the litter, and one of his siblings gave it to him. He stands at about 2'5". He's not that tall, which is an issue for him, but don't point out to him that it's an issue for him, because that's when the barbarian rage comes out. But yeah, to his friends, he's just the sweetest little pup, and he's genuinely incredibly happy to see all of you again. And as soon as he sees the little pink-haired person, he goes, "Hey, you new? Who are you?"
Hi, you must be Bork. I'm Emma.
And he
I've
just
heard so much about you.
like I said, he's already pretty deep into his cups. He just gives a big hug, like the biggest hug a tiny pug could give you.
Emma gives a big hug back.
And then Bork turns around. Kiki, give him a round on the house, all right? One for everyone.
all right, it's coming.
He has been taking such good care of this place. I made best decision making her the manager.
I mean, yeah, you should be getting me a raise or something.
I gave you a raise. You want another one?
Well, it doesn't hurt to ask, does it?
That is true. Well, we'll see if I remember this in the morning.
Oh, speaking of memory, we have a friend. He helped us with the. We will tell you all about it, but for now, he's outside with his cart. Is it okay for him to park up somewhere, perhaps? You have statements?
Tell him to park around back. That's fine.
Great. Oh, and also, maybe you could sort him out a room on a small friend's discount. I will pay for the room. It is fine. I'll call it. And he walks
Bork's
out.
eyes just narrow for
Yeah.
a second because you said the D word. Then he goes, "You know what? For old friends, sure." And
Much
Bork's
appreciated.
gonna go in the back and open up the gate for the cart.
Okay. Felipe comes around and he's like, when he sees you, he's like, hello. My name is Felipe, and I'm new to town. You are friends with the Champignons, no?
Is that what they're calling themselves these days?
Yes.
It is a work in progress. We are still workshopping it, but yes.
I love how shit is like fucking.
It got on quite quickly in Saddleworth, especially when the refugees they saved from the hive recounted the tales that they of their
Ferris looks very
heroes.
proud of the name and
They
Alright, yeah.
liberated them from some sort of
Oh
alien.
no, I believe you. It's just you're saying a lot of things that I don't know what that means. So we're gonna have to catch up a little bit. But yeah, no, the Mushrooms of Liberty. That's a great name.
Champignons de la Liberté. Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
a fun play on words, Bork. You had to be there, I think. It was a... Okay, you know what? I'm going to get a drink.
Hey, I've been on a boat called the Beautiful Dreamer for the past couple of weeks. Who am I to judge?
Speaking of, we've got the rest of the crew of the Beautiful Dreamer. Captain Rhonda Flankstead, a very handsome half-orc woman, muscular to the nth degree, with an accent that is really hard to pinpoint exactly where she's from. And her partner, her poly partner, Muna, a half-elf.
I nudge Jet.
Blonde woman who worships the prismatic ray, the pantheon of good-aligned sapphic goddesses. There's also Olga, a tough half-orc woman, Olga Orc Crusher. And then we have the two guffawing twins, Wilson and Carlson.
That wouldn't list their names.
So as you're getting the cart set up, I think Rhonda and Muna sort of approach the other three. And Muna runs forward and clasps your hands, Jet, together, and like holds them up to her, this spot right here. Décolletage, perhaps.
Boobies.
Yeah, her chest. Oh, it's been so long. So many accents.
It's okay.
Jet, oh my gosh, it's so great to see you. I was definitely worried, and I mean, I didn't have any dreams or anything, but I'm just glad you're alive. And she like pushes back some of your hair, and her fingers kind of linger around your eye where the scar is.
So you're saying you did not have any dreams about me? I didn't know you were a liar.
Oh!
Oh, well, I mean, well, that's all right, Rhonda says. I mean, she may have not been dreaming about you, but she definitely was talking about you the whole time.
Well, that is good to hear. Nothing to be worried about, of course. I mean, we are capable fighters, and we have it all under control.
Well, that sounds just great. I gotta say, I know Bork was feeling a little guilty for leaving you behind, but it looks like you found some good help there. And she looks down at you, Emma. Captain Rhonda Flankstead, at your service.
Hi, Emma Boomtower. Are you a pirate?
Well, she kind of like scratches the back of her neck.
Emma, you cannot just ask people if they are a pirate.
Yes, you can. She totally did just ask that.
No, it's okay. Pirates are amazing.
As Joy and Bork and Felipe are walking back in. Well, I mean, we're definitely not pirates, but we've had to deal with our fair share of them. No. The crew of the Beautiful Dreamer is gainfully employed. We move things here or there, and well, sometimes, I mean, Muna kind of sighs and laughs. I mean, we're not pirates, but sometimes we moonlight as smugglers.
That sounds so
I was going to say, like, every time the word pirate drops, Bork's just going to go...
I think now that Bork is walking back in, I think Bork was stolen like before Jet could like actually meet back up with him, and I think now that he's walking in, it's like it's that Jet turns to Bork, kind of looks down with like very much down and like tilt your head up and like look down with only your eyes.
Trying and I'm like, wait, oh yeah.
And then she smiles, and she puts her hand out to Bork.
Slaps it away and gives you a hug.
I give him a hug back, and I go, I will not say that I did not miss you.
Which means you missed me. You smiled at me. I know you longer than today. You smiled at me.
Jet, weren't you the one who told me about Bork? I'm sure I've heard stories about Bork from you.
Emma, in these times it is better to not say anything.
Bork gives both Emma and Jet a little playful wink. It's good to see you too. You kept my boys safe out there.
Of course, I mean, it was hard. They always run in without any caution, you know, but everything turned out all right.
Good go. And he, like, for a second wants to, like, slap you on the ass, and then realizes that is so inappropriate. So just kind of like gives you like a side tap on the thigh, like let's pretend this moment never happened.
She just giggles and then turns back to Muna.
She sighs in your direction.
I'll just take her hand and I'll go sit somewhere, and then I start like doing small talk about what she's been up to and what I've been up to. You know, saving refugees from a star, you know, it's fine.
There is Olga Orc Crusher. So she is an older half-orc woman with a long white braid like down her back. Not nearly as sort of let's say defined as Captain Rhonda, but definitely big as well. And she kind of pulls up a seat next to Jiggles and sits down next to them. So, you made it through all right.
Yes, it was an interesting trip. It turns out that healing people can actually be just as much fun as chopping the limbs off in various places. It's quite enlightening.
I'm a little surprised to hear you say that, but he looks you up and down. Looks like you've got a few extra stitches yourself.
Well, yes, you know it. I had the stuffing knocked out of me, you know. Anyway, we had some experiences, some past near-death experiences, but we got there. You know, we saw this big, weird eye demon thing, and I'd convinced them all that I'd turned on my party and I was going to kill them. It was quite hilarious. You should have seen their faces.
Yeah.
Just behind them, going like, no.
I'm sure it was funny.
It was. I could maybe show you if you wanted.
Yeah, why not? She kind of downs the rest of her ale.
No.
I'm going to cast Glutton's Jaw. So Jiggles concentrates for a moment, and then this line sort of forms like this, and then opens up into just like a bristling teeth and jagged edges and dripping blood and guts, and it was quite entertaining. You know, this is my smile. This is my happy face.
Oh well.
If I bite you, I get some life back as well. Would you like me to try?
No, I'd rather you not suck the life out of me. She looks ready to she's one of her fists is sort of clenching, and she's pulling it back if this thing comes at me, I'm just gonna punch it straight in its sackcloth face.
But no, it is good to be back, although it is bittersweet. But alas, how are you? How is the boat that I've forgotten the name of?
Beautiful Dreamer.
The Beautiful Dreamer. I wrote down everything apart from that. So. How is the Beautiful Dreamer?
Well, maybe not as well off without you in the crow's nest, but we managed to make it back all right, and I gotta say, Bork was a pretty good help.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Your spyglass came in handy. Actually, I thought it was just a piece of crap, but I actually used it. Would you like it back? It's got a bit of blood on it.
Nah, you can keep it. I got another. Figured you'd need it more than I.
Well, yes, that's true. I used it at least once. That's true. Well, well, this is awkward. I don't know what to say, so I'm just going to walk off. I don't have anything to say to you anymore.
All right. He just says that and walks away.
I think the two halfling brothers, they sort of look over at Kiki, who's pouring drinks and sort of staring mournfully at Joy, and they both shrug and they walk over to Emma. So one of them, the taller, ganglier one,
Oh, yeah, because Emma's a gnome, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So she is smaller than the two of them as halflings.
Like scratches. They both have like these. They're both like gingers with buzzed haircuts. Scratches the back of his head. You look like a scientist or something. You've got all these vials around your.
Yes, I am. Wow. You know a lot about science?
They sort of look at each other and start laughing. Well, the shorter and wider one says, "We know how to set off a cannon or two."
I've never set off a cannon before, but I know how to make bombs.
Really? They both say at
Yeah.
the same time.
Yeah, I made quite a few of them during our adventure.
Just wash
Mixed
out for the
results.
splash damage.
Could you show us?
Oh, sure, yeah. And she immediately just gets out her alchemy kit and just starts mixing up alchemist fire bombs.
Bork
right
goes, hey. Not
Oh, I'm not-
inside. Take that shit outside.
I'm not going to
outside.
set them off. Oh, okay.
Outside.
Okay.
Well, come on. And they both sort of
it's
like,
not that I don't trust you. I don't trust them. Take it outside.
why? They both sort of.
I spent weeks on a shit with them. I have reasons not to trust them.
Well, what are you waiting for? And they both kind of like pick you up by like each from one
okay.
arm and rush outside. Kiki, the golden retriever, sort of like comes out from behind the bar. She smooths down her dress and she's got like 2 mugs of ale and sort of shantays over to Joy and like puts a mug down in front of you and she says, "Well, cheers to your wonderful return, Joy." And like lifts up her mug.
Of course, and cheers to good company upon that return. And yeah, cheers, and I know it's 2-4, so he gives her a cheers and gives her a smile.
You
So,
Bork is in the back just shaking his head like, I thought he grew a pair for 5 seconds.
he's still like a gentleman.
Oh no, your beautiful cloak is all muddied. What was it like out on the road?
Oh, it was so difficult. It was truly a tough battle, but with my friends, we persevered. I could tell you all about it over that dinner that we mentioned, and maybe some coffee afterwards. It's a long story, you see. I wouldn't want to, run out of time.
Well, sure. I mean, if you wanna, I'm game.
Excellent. I will see you tonight.
Tonight, Bork.
What?
I gotta go. I need the night off.
Well, I'm not working.
Well, neither am I. And like she like takes off her apron and throws it down.
Wait. Didn't I tell you to hire some people while I was gone?
Oh yeah.
Maybe get one of those, because I'm not shutting down the bar just so you can, well, maybe I should. You know what? Private party tonight. It's fine. We'll close the doors. The people who are inside can stay.
You're not kidding.
No new
Marvelous idea,
people
Bob.
come in.
Oh, that's good because she turns to Joy. I didn't hire anyone. I just kept the money for myself.
That is a smart woman.
Can I roll a perception to see if I hear that?
Yes,
Surely you can tell there's no staff in the bar.
There's workmanship.
Well, I mean, it might be a quiet day. Bork doesn't know.
You better
Let's see
work.
here.
Oh my god.
She's been doing a great
Nope,
job. I
that
didn't
is
hire
a
anybody.
natural
Ah,
5. And I don't think Bork has any kind of ads.
You were just saying how great a job she'd done while you were away.
Mhm.
And now you're salty about it because she got paid extra.
I mean, I do believe I left her, like, a good amount of gold.
And she
Yes.
kept it and did an excellent job.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
I didn't burn the place down or nothing.
Yeah, no, like, it's not that Bork is, like, upset or anything. It's just, if he had heard that, he would have been like, that's smart. That's really smart. She's
Mhm.
way too smart for me. She's gonna buy me out someday.
Yeah, he's gonna give
Work,
it
bitch.
up and go like, I want that book.
But he's busy locking the front door and changing the open sign to closed and hanging a little bit of parchment in the window that says closed for private party.
Nice.
Right, so, where should I meet you, Joy? I gotta go home and get ready, of course.
Of course. I will meet you. But let me look at the let me look at the map real quick. So I can do that.
I don't think
Is that a well in the middle?
This
Or is
is
this Pickering Road?
Aeson. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have a map of Eastern itself.
Then I would meet you by the fountain that I didn't mention until just now.
Oh, okay.
Every city has several fountains.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
I'll meet you by the fountain works.
The one with the fish.
All right, we're gonna go to the Spittin' Fish then.
Yes. Wow. Yes. The spitting fish. I cannot wait. Tonight, 7:00.
See you then.
Oh, I will. Take care. That
Was slightly disturbing when you did like the dog panting thing, because they do that when they're really excited or really tired or really fucking horny.
I'm gonna take it for the latter. So I'm in there. Joy's been living amongst the various of Gold for a while.
Okay. As she runs outside, we see Emma and the guffawing twins. What's going on out there?
I have shown them how to make an alchemist fire bomb, and am now showing them how to throw it at one of the bins outside.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no, that's gonna smell so bad.
Like it doesn't already smell so bad.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
no better,
So
to be
it's
honest.
like you're adding heat to a pile of garbage.
Yeah,
Good point.
exactly.
Emma, go ahead and make a crafting roll for me.
Okay, let's see. I don't have my character sheet up. Just a second.
Oh no.
Yeah, I definitely had mine up already. Let me just.
Yeah.
I opened mine before I opened Zoom.
Well, good for you. No one's as perfect as you.
No, you're not. Yeah, no. Borg has a
Exactly.
+4 on perception. I would not have made that roll with a 5.
So that is 12.
12. Okay, so maybe like a few people have like kind of come together around as the guffawing twins.
Oh,
like,
Bork is watching this. 100%.
oh,
He's
Bork's,
broken out.
Bork's come outside
he's broken
now.
out the whiskey. Absolutely.
Okay. As like there's like a smash and and like a pile of trash just sort of briefly catches on
What?
fire, and then quickly goes out, just kind of damp from whatever compost is in there.
Ugh.
Yeah, it doesn't smell great, but you know it's also kind of normal, that hot city trash smell.
That's a problem for future Bork. I'm not gonna worry about it. And he walks back in like with a bottle of whiskey.
As we follow Borkin, we kind of the camera stops in the corner where we see Jet and Muna like holding hands, and Muna's listening to Jet. Jet, what are you telling her?
I think you drop in on the conversation. Jet being like, well, yes, we got to Saddleworth, and there was a woman who was completely just out of it after witnessing the Starstone falling out of the sky, and she was just sitting there like she was empty.
How terrible! Did you
Yes.
help her?
Of course, I mean, I talked to her about what happened. Told her that her brother should help her with everything that is going on. She eventually started talking about it, and felt a little more comfortable. I think she's all good and healthy now. So.
Oh, Jet. I have to say, I was so worried as you left. Those dreams I had while you were on board the beautiful dreamer. worried that something terrible was going to happen to you.
Well, something terrible did happen. We had to investigate that starstone. It was terrible. That was terrible. Yes, it was filled with bugs and giant ants, and they were all just. But shooting them down one by one, it felt really good. It made me feel better about myself.
You should feel good, Jet. You're basically a hero or heroine.
Well, merci, Luna. You are too kind.
I know that your past is dark and full of shadows, but I can't help but think that Saren Ray's light shines through you somehow. That maybe you're here to, I don't know, help clear the darkness from this place. We've lived in Galt for some time, traveling the East Selin River and beyond, and I have to say things seem to have only gotten worse in the last few years. I worry that I don't know what's happening, but if more people like you are willing to stand up and do something and then defeat evil to take care of the people, and maybe the people of Galt have a chance after all.
Jack kind of bites her lip, thinking like, yeah, I totally did it for the people first.
I didn't do it for the money.
I didn't do it for the money. And thinking about that money, she's thinking about where our man who gave us the mission is. But she then like snaps out of it and she goes, well, of course, I mean, more people like us should definitely stand up, fight for the people,
Can we hear this, by the way, from where we are?
You're getting ready for your date.
Okay. I can't make any comment then about jets or people.
Exactly.
I mean, they're in the corner sort of like talking softly, and there's a lot of rambunctiousness happening.
No, I'll leave it.
Giving out free drinks, basically. Yeah. He's at that point where he's like, I'm just happy to see my friends again. I'm closed anyway. Fuck it.
I'm gonna go for Bok, could I maybe trouble you for a bone, please?
Trouble me for what?
One of your bones. It's just been a while.
A bone.
I'll see if we have any in the kitchen. And he's gonna go around back, and you hear some clattering and maybe a pot or two falling and some shit, fuck. But he comes out. It's a little on the cold side. It's not as warm as I would like to serve it to you, but Kiki just left. There's no one in the kitchen. Enjoy.
It is fine. A little taste of home. Thank you, Bob. So, yeah, like he snaps it and starts to like chew it idly. So, actually, sorry, I didn't want to cut into Jet's.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, so, I think that talking about like standing up for people and stuff, she's also thinking about the slums and how it's going there and how people are doing, and if her home is still standing, if no one has broken in and stolen everything that she's owning. She's kind of thinking about it, But then Amuna starts talking and she just kind of gets lost in her eyes, I think. Yeah.
Joy, what were you going to say?
I was going to ask Bok just about... So, Bok, you've been away this whole time. Will you be staying, or are you going to return to your life as a not pirate?
I'm not quite sure yet. Kiki's been keeping the place afloat. She's been doing real good. I did have a lot of fun on the boat, not being a pirate.
Right, of course.
It was good times. We fought some sea monsters.
No?
Fought some pirates.
No.
Did some smuggling. May or may not have stolen some stuff that nobody else knows about.
That sounds pretty piratey to me. It sounds like it suited you well, Volk.
It's I'm starting to think that I should have left this place maybe a bit earlier, but there's also something about being home, being with friends, being with Kiki. You know, she's like a sister to me, so
Right.
it's something that I'll have to think about.
Of course.
Captain Rhonda's there at the table, and she's sort of like lets out a big burp.
Captain.
Sorry to interrupt, but Bork, I mean, you're welcome to serve with the beautiful dreamer. Any chance you got, we'd be glad to have you on board again.
It's definitely something I've been thinking about, Rhonda, Captain. But it's something that I need to talk to Kiki about and just think about for a little bit, because I'm a little too deep in the sauce to be making these kind of decisions right now.
All right, I wouldn't hold you to it anyway, but just so you know, we've got a date tomorrow before while we're trying to wrestle up some new cargo to move, and then we'll be taking off the day after. So you got about 24 hours to make a decision. Otherwise, but of course we'll be back this way, no doubts about it.
Just even if I don't join you, just consider this like a place to make birth. You're always welcome at the Wagon Tail. If you're ever in town, definitely come in. I'm gonna regret saying this in the morning, but you'll always have the family discount.
Well, that's great to hear. Word has it that the dwarves are opening up the river route back to Litran. So perhaps we've got some good cargo to be moving. We'll be moving back and forth between the two. I'll be happy to have a welcome berth here.
I have been thinking of maybe getting in some ale that isn't from these parts. Maybe getting some nicer whiskeys. I'll think about it. I think this could be the beginning of a pretty good partnership.
Yeah, not a bad idea. I mean, the dwarves of Five Kings Mountain have got a lot of great ales and whiskeys on them. But I hear tell that these dwarves are moving something a little bit more explosive, if you catch my drift.
Or kind of like sort of absent-mindedly looks over to Jet, looks back.
And I sort of absent-mindedly look over at Bork and I kind of look back.
Explosives, huh?
Outside, Emma just sort of pauses. Isn't sure why.
Jiggles, what are you doing?
See, I think that being back is it Isan?
Mm-hmm.
That Jiggles is, I don't know, when we were out on the road, you know, obviously the party around them, he sort of hopefully earned their respect and that, but now he's back in Isan. He's very sort of to one side, if that makes sense, because, you know, they don't know where they fit in. So I think he would be following Jet to some extent, but not as much as they used to. But yeah, they're thinking about their next paycheck, because they need funds for projects.
For projects, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Jiggles, do you eat at all?
Well, you know, not really. No, you've only spent the last few days, weeks with me.
but can you eat if you felt so inclined?
Well, I suppose in the same way that you could stuff things into your face, like I could stuff things into my face. It's just they'd come out in a different way.
Okay. As he looks at the bones and off and goes, it's fine. Perhaps a drink.
Well, yes. I don't partake, in drink. And Joyce, let me ask you if you wanted to go to the less murdery kind of healery kind of places, what do you call them? The buildings where they parade at things and
the less murdery parade-filled buildings.
Yeah,
suppose that would be a restaurant.
Restaurants.
They pray at restaurants?
Oh, pray! I thought it said parade. Is it parade or pray?
Pray.
Oh, pray! Oh, that would be a church. Although depending on which church you go to, there are sometimes some murder.
Okay. Well, is there perhaps a happy medium between the healing and the murdering? I'd like to learn more. I feel I'm more murdery. I'd like to be less murdery.
I do have a contact who is a wait, I don't know if Death Strike's a thing in this.
Remember that Bork has a bulletin board. So
Well, for churches where they don't murder people that much.
well, maybe not churches, but there are definitely kind of like Assassin's Creeds. There's probably clerics out there that do like murder for the greater good kind of stuff.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I'll go. You know what, Bob? She goes, let us check the board. There might be a cleric or some kind of a dark god, or one of the ones who's okay with a bit of murder, but still heals. It could be good for you.
I mean, Jiggles, make a religion check.
I was gonna ask, is the Raven Queen also a Pathfinder thing, or is that solely D&D? Because that would be one of the deities that's okay with murder.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think of I don't know Pathfinder deities. I'm just trying to think of the D&D ones.
Yeah, Jiggles already worships the god of murderers, Norgorber,
Right.
who
Probably has a church somewhere.
doesn't have any open temples for a reason. But go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll.
24. I got
24. Wait, so what are you looking for exactly, Jiggles? Let me ask you this, just as you're maybe thinking out loud with the rest of the group here.
As Jiggles or as me?
What is Jiggles looking for?
Jiggles is looking to expand their spells lists from less ow I'm dying to I feel a bit better, but also in a way to mix them. Does that make sense?
I suppose. I mean, if you're looking for temples, there's definitely
misguided healing. That's probably the best way to describe
misguided healings. Well, there are several religions that are worshipped in Galt primarily, Norgorber being one of them. But you're more looking for something a little more neutral, I would say. Yeah. Which that they're due to the elvish influence from Keonin, that Callistria, the elvish goddess of vengeance and lust, would be a good bet for your more neutral deity.
Sounds good. Look, Joyce, this one, it says vengeance and loosed. I don't know what loosed is. You handle the loosed with all the vengeance part. I can get behind that.
That is lust. It is. He takes a long look at Jiggles. You'll probably be fine not worrying about it.
Okay, well.
Loosed. I don't know what loosed is.
Mostly the vengeance and healing, I imagine, are up your alley, as it were.
Yes, well, you gave me the idea, when you let me stab you and then heal you repeatedly,
No, I appreciate it. I don't think I let you do that. I think I was just unconscious. But I appreciate the healing.
I get them confused, the whole sleeping unconscious, You're okay, though.
I miss Jiggles so much.
I am now, yes.
You've got at least most of your bits you should have. I might have one of your bits
You may
around
have
here.
taken a
somewhere,
kidney, Joy.
Yeah. When you say most of bits, I need certain bits for tonight if I'm going to make a good impression.
Oh well, yes, certainly. I can do what I did for Emma. I got this enlarged spell. I think that would work quite
that
well
is
for you.
actually that we're going to put a pin in that, and I will come back to you later, Jiggles.
Okay, is this part of the Lust thing, or is this something different?
You catch on fast. Yes, I think that actually might help you in your pursuits of Lust.
Okay, well, it is always here. It only takes me a few moments to cast, but you only get 5 minutes, so
Wow. I feel personally attacked, but that is also fine. I will call you if I require a stimulant.
Okay, that is good. Have
In
fun.
the meantime, perhaps I'll pour him like a thimble full of shot glass or something of whatever I'm drinking, and I pass it to him. Cheers to a job well done.
Cheers. It's been fun, Joyce. It is. It's been good. The best bit was when Jet actually gave a shit that you died. I was quite surprised about that. Oh, sorry, Jet.
Wait, what?
No, it doesn't about that. I was only joking. Puppet references.
So she didn't give a shit that I died?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
I see. This is a good talk, Jiggles. I'm going to get another drink.
Jiggles gonna die.
No.
He said something he wasn't supposed to.
The camera pans away outside as the sun is setting. And we see Emma and the twins sort of, I don't know, playing with fire, as it were.
Definitely.
When a lean shadow passes over the three of you, of a
Let's do it again.
holding a quarterstaff. And as you turn, you can see this middle-aged looking half-elf man, balding with a sort of coppery brown long hair and beard, but pointed ears, belying his elven heritage, sort of like scowling and overlooking the scene of the burning trash heaps with the small little wisps of black smoke coming off of them in the closed store.
Oh, hello.
Are you connected with this establishment at all?
Oh, I guess you could say that. I mean, I just got here, but a friend of my friend's runs it.
Would you mind opening the door for me then?
Yeah, I mean, we can go knock on the door, and I'm sure they'll let us in.
We've never been to a party before.
He walks up, and from the inside, you hear like the staff knock on the door 3 times, and all goes silent.
Orc goes to the back, opens up as soon as he sees who it is. Ah, fuck, not you! Come back tomorrow! And he closes the door again.
Bork.
Bork's not having this. He's having a good time.
Slam.
He's drunk. He does not want the creepy snake dude in his bar right now.
Bork, who was at the door?
This is the snake dude. The elf dude with the snake.
That's perfect. He is meant to pay us.
We need the money from him.
Oh, fuck. And Bork runs back and opens the door. Sorry. Come on in. You want some whiskey?
Ah.
Are we just all drunk now? We're just all...
Bork started early. He pulled out the good whiskey. He's happy to see you guys. He's happy being with his crew. He's probably had a whole bottle by himself by now.
Bork, I see you are as dependable as always.
I'll take that as a compliment.
I'd rather you didn't.
Well, I'd rather you didn't come here when I'm having a good time. But here we are. And he goes behind the bar to pour himself an ale.
He sort of turns and looks at the rest of the group, and you can see Emma kind of poking her head out from behind him, maybe. Just kind of looming above everyone here in the wagging tail is a tall and sort of awkward, gangly, half-elven man. They're definitely middle-aged, balding, with long, sort of greasy, brown, coppery hair, an unkempt beard, pointy ears, which are, but also high cheekbones, sort of belying his elven nature.
It's while Joyce got the standard half-elf pretty of both parts, poor Darren got the worst of both parts. Unattractive human, unattractive elf.
He did. And there is also a green snake slithering around his neck. He sort of clears his throat. So, I've heard a little bit about what you encountered, but tell me, what is the Starstone? Did you find it? And what did you find?
We did find it. It was actually, firstly, could you sit down? We're trying to have a good time here, Darren. We just got back. Would you like a drink at least?
No.
Right. Do you remember when we said that you didn't get invited to many parties, Darren?
This is why, Darren.
This is exactly why, Darren.
Bork, I believe you've broken the terms of your employment, and are not a part of this conversation.
You're in my bar. I am
You are a bar-
100% a part of this conversation.
Come on, arm Bork. Yeah, Darren.
I mean, it's just, well...
Bork slams down an ale in front of Darren.
Come on, Darren. We will listen to everything you have to say and tell you all about the Starstone. But first, knock one back with the rest of us.
Knock one back?
It is a colloquial term. It means to drink with expediency.
He sort of lifts the mug and sniffs it. You can see his snake familiar Zephyr tastes the air around it, and Zephyr shakes his head. Darren shrugs, looking at the snake, and takes a little sip.
Okay. All right, fine.
Maybe more of a spirits kind of guy.
My ale.
You wouldn't have any mead, would you?
Sure.
Fine, I will accept one mead.
Bork
magnanimous of him.
grudgingly pours him a mead, just not breaking eye contact the whole time. Sloshes over the rim a bit. He laps it up. He's a dog.
Now remember, Darren, you must knock it back. It is a one-go kind of thing.
Bork slams it down, grabs the ale that he didn't want, and starts knocking it back.
Joy points. You see,
and he does his best to chug a mead.
It goes everywhere.
Nobody chugs a mead.
Chugging mead is less difficult.
We offered him ale. He didn't want it.
Beer,
this is what you got to do now.
It actually goes down quite smooth.
Okay.
Who would chug wine? Okay, hold on. Who would do that?
Don't you drink wine out of a mug on the regular?
Because I was in a hurry.
I didn't chug it. That is vile to think about even. Oh my god. Anyways.
Just knock it back.
Emma immediately sits down next to Darren and says, I like your snake. What's its name?
Remembering about how he's trying to be more personable. His name is Zephyr.
Oh, it seems very nice.
Zephyr is quite cunning. Would not call him nice.
Actually, I have had a little bit of a mice problem in the basement. If you want to let Zephyr go nuts for a couple minutes.
Zephyr is not some common household rodent hunter.
No, but he could have a snack.
Yeah,
Maybe
They
you could
buy,
leave the
get
Zephyr
him-
here and you could go and chase the rats. I mean, you've used them to spy us before, so why not carry on?
Sort of like pinches the bridge of his nose. Perhaps I should have waited until tomorrow morning, but...
No. It is fine. We are all here now. And you are here with, I assume, our payment?
Yes.
Excellent.
He takes a... Was it 50? It was not 50 each. It was 50 total.
No. Yeah.
I mean, it might have been 50 each. How drunk is he?
No, he's not drunk at all.
Quick mead.
He takes like out of his satchel. He like takes up 2 big pouches of coins and sort of drops them in the middle of the table. Now, tell me, the Starstone. I must report back to the Institute.
No, yeah.
Yes.
I'm going
what
to
he
take
was
out one of the
looking for,
shards that we took and lay it on the table. Push it forward as I pull the money back and say, it turns out your Starstone was some kind of creature from space, it seemed. It was most unpleasant.
The
It was a-
Starstone.
It was a prison for a creature.
Yes. Emma has the right of it.
Emma Boom Tower, I have it correct?
Yes.
Jet told me of you. I'm glad to see someone of scientific bent was found to be of use to the crew.
I haven't analyzed all of the data that we've collected yet, but I'm really looking forward to getting to it and finding out more.
Well, can you go ahead and make a... you can either do, like, diplomacy or persuasion or botany. Your botany lore. Lore botany.
Yeah. I'll go for botany. $27.
Well, yes, would most definitely be willing to hire you for a day to pick your, to go over the data with you. Well done, he says, looking to all the rest of you, like, for bringing Emma on.
He has been extremely helpful.
How is it that you just randomly found Miss Boomtower?
I saw the Starstone fall too, and I was very interested in finding out what it was, so I set off in that direction, and I just ran into everyone else by luck.
Yeah, that is actually a good point. We did just find you sort of wandering aimlessly in the direction of the Starstone, but it worked out, so...
Almost too good. Funny enough, it was it's very strange, that one.
The gods work in mysterious ways.
I'm really surprised that seeing it fall didn't attract more people who wanted to know what was happening.
I would imagine the people who were attracted curiously were either killed by the insects or turned
That's a
into
good
some kind of
point.
thralls by the beast we found.
That is true. We did find those adventurers.
Speaking of witch towns, that was a extremely dangerous job. There were creatures, some kind of... It was affecting the landscape. There were zombifying plants. There was some kind of dog beast that was infecting people. It was terrifying. If you choose to go down there, I do not recommend you do so without an escort.
You can see he, like, smiles for the first time.
That's creepy, Darren.
Oh, how I wish I could have investigated myself and experienced it firsthand.
Why didn't you?
The Institute wouldn't allow me.
Fuck the Institute.
Yes, fuck the Institute.
That's why I work.
Oh, wow.
That's
he's
why I
drunk.
work individually.
Individually, you're not working for any other magical academies or scientific organizations?
No, just on my own with my family in Taldor.
I'm supposed to believe that you're just a freelancer then.
I am.
Hey, freelancing pays good money.
Yes, Bork, I suppose you are correct.
I'm not going to tell you about all the extra money we found down there, by the way.
He
not.
he takes out like a sort of a a linen cloth and like gingerly picks up the shard and sort of looks at it. So you say this was a prison for a creature?
It was a creature known as Kam. We fought it, bested it, but the area, Kam's tomb, if you will, is still open for investigation.
And I do have to add that it was not that tiny piece that was, of course, the prison. It was a quite large.
Yes, it was
piece.
huge. A crystal as bigger than a man. How big was this thing actually? Think about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was at least, let's say, 8 feet tall. Could have been closer to 10 feet tall. Definitely, 10 feet tall, 10 by 10, like sort of 10 by 10 by 10 by 10 by 10. Definitely like a large, capital L, large size crystal.
We left quite a bit of the crystal. We didn't take all of it with us, so we left quite a bit there. So if you wish to study it in its quote-unquote natural habitat, it is there. And now the dangerous part, perhaps the Academy won't mind you doing so.
I hope. I'll need to check in tomorrow with what findings we have. Although, Miss Boomtower, if you wouldn't mind, I would love to go over your data before I do so.
Yes,
You'll
of
have to
course.
get
I'm
in
happy
mind
to
the
help.
twins are also interested in her data.
Twins. He looks
Never
over
mind,
and they're
it
both like, yes, I'm sure they are quite astute. This creature. Oh, go on.
I think they're mainly interested in the explosives, so that's fine.
Oh, you treat them a child.
How pedestrian.
Yeah. The explosives, of course.
Yes, they are interested in your bombs.
Stop.
That's all it is.
Stop. Stop.
Darren raises an eyebrow. Even he is able to catch that word.
I'm sorry, I have been drinking. Please continue.
I have news, however, and since you've proven to be so adept at this first job, perhaps you'd be willing to do a second. And he looks at all of you.
Perhaps. Entailing what exactly?
Well, the Institute of Magical Arts and Astronomical Examinations has pinpointed the location of a second piece of the Starstone. It seems to have fallen somewhere in northeastern Taldor.
Where in northeastern Taldor? Do you know?
They've pinpointed its location to a region known as Eastern Ulnar.
That's where I'm from.
Unfortunate.
I had no idea there'd be a piece falling that close to home.
Let's hope your town is unaffected by its descent.
Have you heard anything about this? The previous Starstone had massively damaged Pickering Road and the surrounding areas. Have you heard anything about Emma's home?
No, I have not.
He looks at Emma. That could be for the best. We heard a lot of stories about Pickering Road before getting there. If something had happened to your hometown, we would know. Or someone would, at least.
I'm sure my family probably has some of it under control, but now I'd kind of like to get back there and check on everything and see what's going on. And of course, study the Starstone.
Well, if you're willing, I would be willing to pay. This journey is much further out, and you've proven your worth. 100 gold pieces. The start.
Is it?
Right, yes.
Is it each?
That's up front, of course, and then the rest afterwards, right?
And the second 100 afterwards.
I mean, he wasn't getting 50 each, he's not going to give us 100 each.
The Institute is quite interested in examining even more of this. And once I've given them the word that the Pickering Road, as you called it, is secured, they will send apprentices and interns to secure the location.
That seems unwise. Apprentices and interns cannot have. Actually, I guess since we cleared out the main issue, and it's probably fine. It's just some ants and things. As long as they take some martial aid with them, there are still some enlarged creatures.
And don't provoke the ants.
Yes, leave the ants be.
Interesting. Yes.
Nice. So.
Sorry, what?
And the
Jiggles?
war.
They taste quite nice if you want a snack. Yeah.
Yes, I'll take that all under consideration. I've managed to procure you travel.
I'm sorry, Darren, if you don't mind. This is still a party. You must continue to knock it back, as we say.
He just sighs like, God damn it.
He raises his glass to the other and goes, guys, we should cheers
Fine.
to Darren's first party. We all knock him back as well.
It's not my first party. There was, of course, the celebration of my graduating druid class in the village where I grew up.
Is that like a thing that people have to go to?
Did they invite you?
Right.
Well, yes, of course, I was a part of the class.
Ah, so it's a class thing, not an invite thing.
Not a party.
Who has time for parties anyway?
To Darren's first party, you guys.
Hard. I'm kind of feeling sorry for him
To
now.
Darren's first ever party he hasn't been invited to.
Borg's
You know
gonna
how
put
Jet
down
is.
a bottle of meat that's slightly fancier than the meat he poured before. Like,
No.
this is obviously his first party.
This is first party, guys. We should be.
Bork's inner host is waking up.
It's really not that. Anyway, I quickly moved on to other studies. I didn't have time for celebrations like the rest of my
Oh,
class.
everyone else was having
Which
parties
is why
and you didn't get
gotta
to invite
stick
in. That
up
is
your ass right
that is
now.
awkward.
No, I was beginning tutoring under the village wizard.
Bork slaps his shoulder, which for him is probably like there, even sitting down. It's never
George just shaking his
too,
head like sadly, like oh.
it's
this
never
isn't
too
awesome.
late to start. Have a party with us.
It's quite fine. I was the only one of my peers who was able to master both divine and arcane magic. I'm not.
Hey, none of that matters here. All that matters is how quickly you can drink without falling off your seat.
It is true. We should all down it immediately. Knock one back, please, Darren.
Peer pressure.
Yeah, Jet doesn't drink, so as she knocks back her water, I guess.
Just gonna get Darren drunk. Have a good time.
Anyway, I've if you're willing, I've spoken with a dwarven man named Jurgen to procure you travel on a caravan to the south to Taldor.
Do I know Jurgen?
You do actually. Jurgen is your contact with the golden
The golden fist?
is that what we called it?
Golden hand?
No,
What
we
was it
called
again?
it. We called it the Gold Hand. You were right. Yes.
Gold hand, yeah.
Your contact with the Gold Hand, the arms dealers of the Five Kings Mountains.
All right. And so, then you just hear Jet go.
I'm sorry, Miss Jet. Is something funny?
Yes.
Enlighten me.
No.
Anyway,
Darren, please. It is late. We have all had quite an adventure, but this sounds interesting. I personally would not turn down the option to discover more about this. And of course, Emma would want to see her town is okay. Jiggles, Jet, would you also be interested in this new adventure?
Well, I can't speak for Jet, but if it pays, I suppose. And I'd be keen to find out more about more parts of this starstorm.
I agree. I am also curious. And Bork, if you are free in the future, you are welcome as well.
Well, okay. Bork
Bork's like face down
the
on the
alcohol
table.
is starting to hit him
Yeah.
a little bit. He's doing
Okay.
that stare, like everything's turning around.
Hmm.
Right. Well,
I think Jet is just like thinking about it, and she. Well, we've done it once before. Why not again?
We know what we are dealing with this time. Should be a less arduous endeavor. When would you want us to leave for this journey, by the way?
the caravan is set to leave. He sort of like licks his lips, kind of like smacks his mouth a little bit. The alcohol's starting to hit him. The caravan is scheduled to leave in a week, 7 days.
I accept. I'm sure Emma as well. She goes too. Jet, we could use you. After your heroism. You've obviously proven yourself to be, shall we say, not quite as stoic as I thought.
You have my rifle.
Excellent. Then yes, we are at your disposal. 100 gold, up front.
Good. I will come by tomorrow then, Miss Boomtower, to meet and just go over your findings some more. And I will bring the money then.
Great. Could you come by maybe around like late afternoon? I might be busy in the morning.
By all means.
Excellent, thank you.
So he like stands up and pushes the chair out from behind him and sort of like wobbles a little bit and then sort of stands there.
Wait, is there any drink left in his tankard?
No, he finished it.
Okay, all right. Good man. Excellent.
Which is why it's hitting him so quickly. Yes, well, I will be taking my leave now, but he looks at all of you again. Good job.
Thank you, Darren.
Orc starts
you.
wagging his tail a little bit.
And congratulations on your first party.
Well, I have been a part of adventuring parties before, but
That is not the same thing, Darren, and you know it.
yes, but I can at least.
Poor Darren.
Good night.
Wave, good night.
He walks out, and you can see the verdant green snake sort of like on his shoulder, looking back at all of you. Its emerald eyes sort of flashing in a tongue.
Oh, it spied on us last time. Yeah. Bugger that snake.
Okay. The rest of the crew, the crew of the Beautiful Dreamer and Felipe, who's been here as well.
Oh, yeah, Felipe.
Are sort of
Oh,
like.
You know what? Sorry, can I just say one thing?
Sure.
Bok, it occurs to me, you need stuff. For these situations where you are perhaps looking to have a good time and Kiki is busy, our friend here.
Yeah, busy with what, Joy?
You know, Bok, come now. But our friend here is looking for gainful employment. We can vouch for him.
Orc just kind of like looks up. Come back tomorrow. I
Okay.
don't think my judgment's that good tonight.
I mean, I am staying the night here, no?
Ah!
All right. He like turns to Joy and kind of like whispers, I mean, at least the other one seemed, the golden one seemed a little bit more like she had a good head on her shoulders. If she's who I'll mainly be working for, I will take the job.
Oh, yes. Kiki is a great judge of character. I'm sure you two will get on fine.
Great. Thank you, friend.
Mm-hmm. And thank you. We appreciated the lift back. Hopefully this is the beginning of a fruitful new chapter of your life.
I hope so. I do not know what, before everything happened, I must say I was not looking forward to my prospects on the farm. But I have to also say that the people of Isarn are a bit more easier on the eyes than the folks back in Pickering Road.
And Kiki is mine, though. You understand, right? That is, I'm already trying to get in there with that.
Yes. I may not be.
You feel a tiny little stomp on your calf.
Wait, Bork gives me shit for not being aggressive enough, and then he's really too aggressive.
It's because you said Kiki is mine, and
Right.
I'm trying to get in there.
You're trying to get in with Kiki?
No, is Bork is drunk? He's thinking that you're over sexualizing and objectifying her, and he's
no.
not okay with it.
Right. No.
He's gonna be passing out in the cart in the back pretty soon. Like he's gonna just hang out with the horse, talk to the horse a little bit, pass out.
So I think this is a good chance to move into what are some of our final scenes. Not just like montage moments, but like if you want to, if there's any scenes you want to have, now's your chance.
I am wondering if there are any waterways up to Taldor.
There is not. There is a big mountain range that separates it, the Fog Peaks.
Right, because I was thinking maybe Bork would hang out with the beautiful dreamer for a little bit and then meet up with them in Taldor.
Potentially, I mean, they are. So that is a good idea because Captain Rhonda just said that they are going down to Litran, which would be the first leg, perhaps. But they are also there's the Dwarven caravan. It all depends on how that all. But actually, if the dwarves are moving things to Litran. That's where the caravan will start, probably.
Okay. Because I think Bork will do that. His time not being a pirate really clicked with him, and seeing that the wagging tail is in good hands with Kiki and now Philippe, was it?
Felipe.
Yeah.
Felipe. He's 100% hiring Felipe.
Okay.
Seems like a good dude.
Felipe.
So far, help the friend. Felipe.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and we'll be kind of talking to Jet and Rhonda about maybe starting up some kind of ammunition shop in the back. Since they'll be trading some boom powder with the dwarves. And obviously, like, Bork's gonna make sure that the ammunition that he sells is mostly compatible with the guns that Jet sells. Kind of like a little, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of situation.
Interesting. Growing her business, I guess.
Mm.
All right.
Also, it's like it's harder to hit 2 separate locations as a guard than it is to hit one and get everything. So
Exactly.
I guess I'll say that Joyous, that night, he goes off, gets changed, of course. And he goes to meet Kiki at the Spitting Fish Fountain at, 7 p.m.?
Sure.
Yeah, 7 p.m. He's dressed up. He takes her out. Is there? I guess he brings like a picnic, and they go and sit by the river. Looks like crap though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. The
Bring
river is
her
awful.
to a little hill overlooking the city.
If I
Yeah,
may,
yeah.
just as I was looking at the Wikipedia entry for Isarn on the Pathfinder wiki, and I mentioned was once a city of art that was graced by beautiful architecture, green parks, and statuary. Now, most of its statues have been toppled, the mosaics are spattered with blood, and the plazas and parks now ring with the haunted wails of the homeless who have flocked to the city in search of food.
So yeah,
It's
take her to a
this
hill
place.
outside of the city, overlooking the city.
Yeah.
If you only see
Um,
the rooftops, you won't see the ugly things. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, he sits out on that hill overlooking the city, sharing some food with her, and some wine. He's
Bork
bought
would have provided you with a bottle of wine before.
yeah he's
passing
bought
out.
like a nice bottle of Bork, and they're sharing it together there. And a gentleman never tells. It's a nice night. I hope.
That means he got some.
At the very
Pretty
least,
artsy.
we can definitely say there was a bone involved.
Wow, actually,
Oh
that's
my
fine.
God.
Yep.
Oh
Perfect.
my god.
Perfect.
Oh my god. Yeah, I do have a scene that I want to play out. Well, first of all, I leave the tavern and Muna behind, sadly. I say goodbye to her and that it was so nice to see her again. And I guess we share a kiss. And that I have to go and that I hope to see her very, very soon again. And then I take my leave and I start making my way to my house. My tiny little house in the slums. And while walking through, I mean, do the people notice that I've like come back? Like
There are a few people, the ones who you worked with the most, or who sort of like hung on your. They probably like specifically like bought weapons from you. In fact, I think there was a young woman who had bought a gun from you the very beginning.
that is true.
And as you like kind of come around, you can see her. She's wearing pants, which she was definitely not wearing pants before. And she's sort of like seated up on a barrel with her like foot up on one side. And like the big pistol, like one of those long pistols, like on her shoulder, sort of like looking intimidating and tough. And if she sees you, she's like, "Oh, Jet, you returned. How cool."
T-Schwet.
And she goes, what? Staying out of trouble? Hmm?
You know, doing the best I can. Things have been quiet while you've been gone. But hopefully, now that you are back, we can liven things up a bit.
They've been quiet. How disappointing. The speech I gave before I left, took no purchase then. Okay.
They're cowards, Jet. They've not been willing to move. Plus, the Grey Gardens. Something is going on. They've been more active as of late. And it is concerning.
Of course. I will find out what is happening there soon enough.
Well, welcome home.
Bonsoir. And she turns and walks into the direction of her home. And yeah, she finds her keys. Opens the door to a dusty home.
That has been broken into.
Oh god.
Whatever food you had left behind, definitely gone.
Okay.
I'll say your couch is gone also.
Ah, fun.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It was a nice, like one of those like high-backed, like red velvet Shea lounges.
No
Yeah.
way.
It was the only good thing you had in your apartment.
Oh.
It was the only thing worth stealing.
I think at finding that out, she takes the gun off of her back and she like cocks it and she goes, well, I think they stole from the wrong house. And then she goes outside and she fires it once in the air and she goes, if anyone has my couch, you have until tomorrow to bring it back.
You see the young woman with the pistol on the barrel, like, and then quickly kind of like hop off and like walk very quickly, subtly away.
And then she's just kind of, and then she goes back inside and she slams the door, which had 4 little windows in it, but now only has 3 because one has, of course, been used.
One's been kicked in, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think she takes a nice bath and washes her coat and all her clothes. Finally, after like months of traveling.
2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, yeah, and that's all she does.
Okay.
Really.
Who's next?
I don't mind going. You see Jiggles following Jet, but then his mood sort of mind wanders, and he sees, after a while of wandering, he spies a lady of the night. But what's unique about this is she has a small wasp insect hovering around her. And I don't know why, but this catches Jiggles' attention. And the wasp sort of moves around Jiggles and then moves off in a certain direction, and nothing better to do. Jiggles follows this wasp. They come to a brothel. Jiggles, having no interest in anything like that, just goes in to see if he can pick up information or any kind of things that would be beneficial to him. But while he's there, he finds a book in a corner called Acaden Kalin and the Test of the Starstone, to which he sits down and starts reading.
Interesting. I'm totally imagining that Jiggles is now like an unofficial set piece of the Moulin Rouge.
Oh god, yeah, there's like massive cheese going on around it.
Absolutely,
and then sat there reading his book.
Welcome
whole
to
thing going on.
burlesque.
Wrong movie.
Still a good reference.
Absolutely.
Okay, the Test of the Starstone. That's the worst thing for Jiggles to be reading.
Yes.
Okay. Who's next?
I'll go next.
I'm gonna just pop to the bathroom real quick. I gotta pee so bad. I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
So Emma has been she's been staying up. If the twins are still hanging around, she's just having a very enthusiastic conversation about all of her studies into alchemy and bomb making. She seems almost like she's trying to distract herself from thinking about what's going on with her family, but eventually the conversation does circle back around to her family. She starts telling stories about them. Sort of drifts off, just thinking about them, wondering if they're okay, and looking forward to seeing them again.
Okay. And Bork.
Yeah.
Close us out.
So the hangover day, because Bork is definitely feeling it with the amount that he's been drinking the whole party long. He gives Kiki the promotion she wants. She is now co-owner of the Wagging Tail.
Ooh.
Wow.
Hires Felipe and makes sure that Kiki teaches him everything that he needs to know. And then leaves again on the beautiful dreamer, promising to write Kiki as often as he can to tell her all about his adventures, like he's kind of been doing, because he does miss her when he's away. Yeah, I think he's just... The last shot is going to be of him just standing on the deck of the beautiful dreamer, wind in his fur, just inhaling that not so salty air because it's a river.
Mm-hmm.
And listening to Rhonda barking some orders and just thinking, this is where I belong.
And we see Bork and the crew of the beautiful dreamer sailing out of Isarn, south towards the town of Litran. We get one last glimpse at Isarn. The public monuments and buildings once so famed that designers from both Avestan and Garund competed for the right to add to their grandeur, now fallen into blood-spattered disrepair. We close this chapter in the revolutionary land of Galt, but hope to one day come back and visit once more our Champignons de la Liberté.
Yeah.
And
Well done, everyone.
yeah,
Well done to you.
Well done.
that was a
Well
nice
done.
like send out.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Really
It was
good.
so much fun hanging out with you guys again.
So fun hanging out with
So
you.
missed
Yeah,
So glad you
same.
got to join us.
Oh,
I'm thinking about it. I missed Bork. I missed you guys. I'm thinking about it. Definitely.
Well, we will in the future be when we return. It may be on a different day. There'll definitely be quite a bit of a hiatus before the second season of Champignons de la Liberté. But in the meantime, dear viewers, you can catch us all over the interwebs. So, RetroTed, every time you close your eyes, I like the illusion is
really cool.
there.
Oh
So
God.
amazing. RetroTed, let us know where we can find you and what you're up to.
You can find me at twitch.tv/RetroTed. We have just started our playthrough of Kingdom Come Deliverance, where we play Henry, who is going, metagaming is going for a pacifist virgin playthrough run, where the only thing we're allowed to beat up is chickens. And then on Thursdays, we are continuing and hoping to wrap up Baldur's Gate 2 Shadows of Am soon. So join us then.
I feel like I really want to ask why it's a pacifist virgin run, but I haven't played that game, so maybe I'm missing something.
Someone in my chat, Kyrone, who runs the Fly Free or Die stream that we've replaced currently, suggested in the chat that I wasn't allowed to kill anyone. And I thought he was joking, but looking it up, you can actually play through. You can hit animals. There's only one person that you have to kill in the game. And there's many lustful temptations. If you choose to avoid, you get an achievement for. So I thought it would be quite fun to play that.
Hey, Pacifist Virgin. I'll check it out.
Pan.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got distracted with Pacifist Virgins. Yeah. Hey, I'm Pan. I've been Joyce Hartwell. Had a great time. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks Kufa for running, and everybody else for playing alongside. It was a great time. You can find me at Stellar Encore on Twitter, where you can get, I think it's in my pin, all my other shows that I do. They are all there. I'm not your friend, unlike Inez. There you go. I'm Pan. I'm your nemesis.
I choose to believe you.
Emma.
Thank you so much, everyone. I've had so much fun. I'm Vinny. You can find me on Twitter at hex_GM. And like I said last time, this is the first time I've ever done a stream, and I've had so much fun, and I really want to do more in the future. I'll definitely be back for season 2. Thanks, everybody.
Perhaps GMing a EU happy hour sometime in
I
the
would
future.
love to.
Yeah.
Oh, she is a great GM. I've played games with her
Thank
before, so tip top.
So much.
Eighth.
Yeah, I have a steady stream on Sundays with a bunch of other nerdy friends. We play Pathfinder 2nd Edition tabletop RPG, where I play Edge, the albino tiefling with a dark past that may or may not be surfacing someday soon. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch under the nomer A Tale of Dice. We will not be playing this Sunday because of reasons. We might, but that's a very, very small chance, do a little one-shot if we can get enough people together. But we will be back with our regularly scheduled programming. What's dates? Where are we living right now?
July 10th.
Yeah, July 10th. Thank you so much, Krifu, for reminding me what calendars are. So yeah, if you want to check us out, give us a shout in the chat room. You can actually interact with the stream. You can feed us. You can fuck us over. You can heal us. You can influence the story. You can give us loot. You can give us raids of weird little fish creatures that try to kill us. It's loads of fun. So you should come and hang out.
And that leaves me to close out, I guess. Hi, everyone. It's me, your friend. Actually, your best friend right now. Yeah, exactly. I've upped the stakes. Thank you very much.
So Edith will team up with you to fight me, so it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. But hi, it's me, your best friend, Inez. Let's see. Well, first of all, I just had the fucking most amazing time on this stream. At the beginning, I was already like, oh, this is like my first actually produced stream back. Like I haven't done this in like so long. And I'm so glad it was this one that was actually like the first one coming back into like this kind of scene, and it was so cool and it was so nice. And with Krifu as a GM, it's always amazing. So I very much appreciate it. You can find me everywhere on @Inez666 or with an underscore behind it. You can find me. Who cares? TikTok and Twitter are most active. I hope to get back to streaming soon. So @Inez666 on Twitch. Go over there. Let's see. What else do I have? Not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. I will be over on Lightfoot Rogue for our final chapter of Vampire the Masquerade, which will be very emotional. I think.
Have you not died yet?
Yeah,
But you did die.
I
you
did
died,
die.
right?
Yeah, I did
human?
die. Turned human.
That's wild.
So that was actually kind of fucking crazy. It was actually very unpleasant, and very emotional. yeah, our last episode was already very emotional. It felt like a finale, but it definitely wasn't. So the finale will be tear-filled. So please come watch. It'll be very fun. I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited to see what my little woodland witch vampire is up to. And yeah, come watch me over there. After that, I have nothing to do. Hey, if you want to have me here, find me at NS666 on Twitter. You know, my Twitter DMs are open. It's cool.
Book me.
Book me. I want to be booked and blessed like everyone. You know? Anyways, I love you so much. Thank you for watching. I guess you were a part of this too. You're very special, and you look very cute today. So I love you so much.
Dude, you look really nice. I love what you did with your hair. It's really cute.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you everyone. Thank you Champignons. Thank you viewers. This is the first full actual play that I've GM'd in European time zones. And it's been pretty great, and that was
yeah, you did a great job, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, no,
very good job.
You all, thank you all so much for trusting me and for coming along for the ride and for dealing with some of those back-to-back combats. It got a little intense at times, but I think it was pretty dope, honestly.
Good.
I am Crifu Bernal. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter and Instagram at Crifu Bernal. There'll be a bit of a hiatus on Manapot from my end. Will be some happy hours, of course, so make sure you follow Manapot Studios on Twitter and join the Discord to see upcoming shows. Not a hiatus. There will definitely be shows on Manapot. I won't be on Manapot for a little bit just because of...
Which means it's a hiatus, because who's going to watch it if you're not there?
Exactly. Period.
To be fair, there are like 4 other shows that Manapot does on a regular basis.
Nah.
Just take the compliment, dude. Come on.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Very welcome.
But in late July, early August, you can expect to see me and Retro Ted back on Manapot with the return of the Starfinder actual play of the Fly for Your Die adventure path. All that glitters explodes.
Nice.
It's going to be pretty dope. Our GM, Chiron Rustmore, has already been talking about introducing the Drift Crisis, which is going to be sick.
Cool.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
For those who don't know Starfinder, it's like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It sounds like fun. I'm here for it.
It's good.
Exactly.
It's good, yeah.
And yeah, thank you everyone. I love you all. And stay tuned for the raid.
We love you so much. Have a good day. I
Love
love
you.
you. Bye.
Bye.
I don't. I will fight you.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Like, I have a grudging respect for you guys, but I am still your enemy.
Bye.